The quest for ring number 18 starts now. LeBron and the Lakers have had a week to rest up and get ready for the NBA's real season. They're starting a series in LA for the first time since 2012. And for the first time ever, they'll have Luka Doncic on their side. He took the Mavs to the finals last spring. He hopes to level up this year. And how well did JJ Redick sleep? He may tell us. He will be on the bench for his first playoff series as a head coach. Don't worry, he'll be ready. All eyes are on the brightest and biggest stage in the association. This city has been re-energized since the Luka trade 11 weeks ago. Game 1 of this opening round best of 7-game series tips off in an hour over on ABC. The Lakers and T-Wolves meet for the third time in a playoff series. The Lakers have won both previous times. As we say hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. I'm Allie Clifton, joined by the Hall of Famer Big Game James Worthy, our Laker insider Mike Bresnahan. I kind of feel like I don't know what I'm doing because it's been so long.
Playoffs,
which means
baby.
A good sign.
Yeah, I mean, the week off was nice, but I kind of missed. I'm ready to go, Brez. This is the real season, the second season. You know, regular seasons, got us here, but so exciting. So many good teams, so many good matchups.
It was so fun to watch the play-in tournament. Not have to worry about are the Lakers going to win, are they going to advance?
I didn't watch
sit back and watch.
I didn't watch a game.
Or not watch it. I'm sure that was fun, too.
Yeah, we had too much to play in the last few years. I said, nah.
You took your moment to breathe, and I get it. We're going to dive in right now, look at the West playoff picture as we get set for Game 1 of the Timberwolves and Lakers. The field is set 1 through 8. Only took a little bit to get it all squared away, but coming off a big one here in the Western Conference. Obviously, the Nuggets survive in overtime over the Clippers to take a 1-0 series lead. And then Lakers T-Wolves coming up to finish off the first day of the playoffs for the West. We're going to keep it simple. You kind of just talked about it, Big Game. How exciting is this? How about this? It's been over 4,700 days since LA has hosted a Game 1 in LA. The playoffs. How exciting is this?
I have aged during that time. Yeah, I mean, so exciting to see, the front office, it was a battle, a lot of changes, coaches, a lot of people didn't agree with what was going on, but they held their patience, and they have come to a point where they got a really good program here. Good coach. Redick, rookie coach, but unique in the way his style is, and then you bring in, possibly the best player in the league, perhaps, and Luka Doncic. So add that with LeBron, some other pieces. We got some defensive dogs I like now. It's a good makeup. No big. We lost our rim protector with AD, but man, I think Jackson Hayes has stepped up, and as a unit, they play small, but they can play big sometimes.
It's been so fun to watch this team. They've really rediscovered the three-point game and caught up to the league in a lot of ways. I mean, you could say Golden State kind of brought us down this path of threes for everybody at every position. But really, in the last few years, it has been absolutely nuts what Boston's done as a team. What Ant-Man did as a player this year, 320-plus threes made. And the Lakers, adding Luka, adding a red-hot Dorian Finney-Smith from deep. He's been red-hot for almost a couple months now. They really have made the game a lot easier than the ground and pound that they were with LeBron and AD. And so AD, unfortunately, he's done for the season. Dallas did not get out of the play-in tournament. But here's LeBron with Luka and a bunch of really impressive defensive and offensive-minded cast of characters. I'm eager to see, James. I said earlier in the week, Lakers in 5. I'd really like to say Lakers in 5.5, because I'm not sure if they're going to win in 5 or 6. Hey, some NBA pundits around the country are saying it's going to be a 7-game series, James. Either way, a Game 1 in LA for the first time since 2012.
Which is a big deal because, look, you fought all season long to get that 3 seed, especially down the stretch. Because of this opportunity right now to host at least one round at home, you did your best to build a foundation at Crypto.com Arena, 31-10 during the regular season, and you want to start it off protecting home. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you worked hard for it, so hang on to it. And, you're going up against a team that was eliminated by Luka last year. Edwards played on the Olympic team with LeBron. There's some competition there. And when you throw in, Naz Reid, Dante starting to shoot the 3 ball,
Julius Randle is starting to come along. So they're dangerous. So we're going to have to be, have our antennas up in all categories. So I think we're capable of beating them, but they are capable of getting hot, and you don't want to give up home court advantage.
It's so weird because these teams really haven't played each other since the big trade on February 1st. They did play once. A couple of Minnesota guys were not in the game, Allie. No Julius Randle, no Gobert that night either. So you really have to throw this 2-2 season series out the window, because there's been no games recently where both teams were full staff with the current roster. I'm excited, though, and I have a good feeling about the Lakers. My goal for them before the season began, A, avoid the play-in tournament, B, get a top 4, host a first-round series. They did one spot better. They're top 3, obviously, and they've got to be pretty pleased with the regular season, but no one's going to care about that. How do you do going forward until maybe late June? We know how the Lakers look down the stretch. The T-Wolves feeling pretty good about themselves as well, finishing the regular season 17-4 with their final 21. Game 1 versus the T-Wolves. It tips off at 5:30 as we get you live to Crypto.com Arena. Lakers reporter Mike Trudell first on the floor as always. Hello, Mike.
Hey guys, welcome downtown. Well, look, the Lakers really worked hard this season to get to 50 wins, and that got them tonight. Home court advantage in the first round against a Minnesota team that only won one fewer game at 49 wins. So it's a really good basketball team. Western Conference Finals last year, and of course it was Luka Doncic that sent them home in 5 games. Everybody remembers the step back over Gobert. Now, this whole week, both teams have had a lot of time to prepare, and we'll see the first punch that JJ Redick throws. Now, I can tell you, and you'll be able to tell in a second here, he is locked in, he is loaded, he is serious, and he is ready for game 1 to start. And here's JJ Redick.
I think our team has it, and it's like anybody that's been in a highly competitive situation with stakes. You know what that feeling is like.
You know that every game's going to be a little different. What's the top line item for game 1 against Minnesota?
Play hard and execute.
JJ, you had said in the regular season that you envisioned a 9-man rotation, and you largely stuck to that when you guys were relatively healthy. What do you envision in the playoffs, and what are the factors you're weighing within how many guys you go with?
Not committed to anything. So just you got to read the game and certainly look at different lineups. Maybe you don't play a guy versus certain lineups, and you do play a guy versus other lineups, but in terms of a rotation, we're not committed to anything.
How did you kind of mine information or develop your game plan in conjunction, or if you did, in conjunction with LeBron in the week leading up to this series? Like, what was that communication like? And we all know that. Like, how did you use that as a resource?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't necessarily us going to LeBron and saying, how do you want us to guard this, or what do you want the coverage to be here? We rely heavily on our analytics group. We rely on a lot of data for stuff. It informs a lot of our processes when we map out a game plan offensively and defensively. But the dialogue with him this week has been awesome. He's been great in practice, in defensive breakdowns. He's been great in film. A lot of our guys have. Our group has been very engaged this week, and he's led that.
All right, so there's JJ Redick, guys. Tip time coming up, less than an hour. And look, if there's one thing, Allie, you think about, how is Minnesota going to create the same types of open shots that the Lakers have been creating, especially if they lock in on Anthony Edwards? A question that we'll find out the answer to very soon.
One thing I'm focused on is who is Mike?